New tonight, D.C. police had a record year in 2025, but not likely one they want to brag about. The News 4 I-team found more complaints filed against D.C. police officers than ever before. Ted Oberg and our team wanted to know why.
You do not get on the sidewalk, you'll be arrested for failure to obey traffic officer.
As D.C.'s bilingual public charter school in Fort Totten was dismissing September 25th, a caravan of D.C. police and federal authorities showed up outside, questioning two young handcuffed men who were not connected to the school.
I went out there right away. This is my school, and I'm going to protect it, and I'm going to make sure all the kids are safe.
Can you tell us what they're being arrested for?
It's none of your business.
It was one of those incidents, many reported by News 4 last year, in which federal immigration authorities took someone into custody side by side with D.C. police.
Do you see who's watching you? These are children that you're doing this in front of.
There was shouting and videotaping, and at one point, this comment from a D.C. police officer.
Don't call 911 next time, then. See, also a problem.
So you can show up? So you can show up?
You have such a problem with us. Don't call 911 next time.
That, Daniela Anello thought went too far. The encounter led to several complaints against D.C. police, part of a record year for such complaints.
That was very puzzling to me because we've taught our kids over and over, if there's something harmful, dangerous, or scary, you call 911 and the police will come and help you. So that was very upsetting.
But in that moment, they're almost saying, don't bother.
Don't bother.
In the elementary school.
Anello says that traffic stop dragged on, eventually ending when the two men were taken into custody. Concerned about what her staff and students had seen, she wrote Mayor Muriel Bowser, but says she never heard back from the mayor. She did hear from then Police Chief Pam Smith after speaking out at public meetings and testifying before D.C. Council.
Students cried, asking their parents if they too would be taken away.
Anello went even further, though, and filed a complaint with D.C.'s Office of Police Complaints, an independent D.C. agency that investigates complaints against officers in the district. Hers was one of more than 1,000 complaints received last year, according to the agency, and while complaints aren't always found to be misconduct, it is the most complaints the office has ever received.
I was complaining about how the police responded in a moment of high stress outside of the school community when kids and staff and community members are watching.
We expected there would be a lot more complaints about stops and searches and frisks and things like that.
Mark Cross is the agency's director. He says he can't be sure why there was an increase in complaints last year. The analysis is still ongoing, but he does say it points to a level of trust in the police that may need to be rebuilt.
This topic of community trust in the police department in D.C. has a long history.
But this year has been an especially hard year with that, hasn't it?
Yes, it has been.
A News 4 analysis of OPC's data shows a 17% increase in weekly complaints after the federal surge began in August, including allegations of intimidation, property mishandling, and officer language and conduct that were all way up. Alicia Yass, who now works at the ACLU, served as a deputy director at OPC.
I think they should be trying to do better. I mean, all of us should always be trying to do better at our jobs. This is not just the police, but the police are being given evidence of what they could be doing better.
Director Cross says investigators review and investigate every complaint, reviewing witness statements, body-worn camera video, and police reports. After that, only a very small percentage of complaints are upheld. Daniela Anello's was one of them. How much trust building do you think D.C. police need to do?
Oh, a lot.
Months after filing her complaint with OPC, she was offered mediation with the officer who snapped at the crowd that day.
All right, cool. Don't call 911 next time, then.
The 2-hour session was confidential by the rules of the agency, but she did tell us afterwards.
We had a moment of you care, I care. We're both professionals. We're both trying to keep our communities safe. We're just going about it in slightly different ways with different roles.
While OPC can't take direct disciplinary action against officers, it can make recommendations to D.C. police. There's no automatic mention of the OPC process in an officer's police personnel file. But at a time when police and community relations need rebuilding, Anello still believes there's value in the process and hopes hers and the hundreds of other complaints this year will change police behavior.
I can say that I received the apology that I was seeking.
Did?
Yes.
How'd that feel?
Amazing. To feel that there was a connection between what I would have wanted to have happen and the police officer's realization of, yes, I could have done this better, that connected us.
OPC's director says it plans to make recommendations to D.C. police soon based on the number of last year's complaints, including possibly about the impact of that federal surge. Interim police chief at D.C., Jeffrey Carroll, decided not to talk to us on camera, but a spokesperson there told us the agency hasn't been briefed about this rise in complaints and added there is nothing more important to MPD than maintaining the trust of D.C. residents. D.C. police do plan to provide a more detailed strategy for community outreach in the coming months. We did reach out to that D.C. police officer who met with Daniela in that mediation gym to see if he wanted to talk, but decided against it as well.
Interesting. They had a connection there, though.
A two-hour mediation, not face-to-face in the same room. They were over Zoom or another one of these. But I think they were able to talk out how they each saw incidents like this, which there is some power in, according to her. She doesn't think he did the right thing, by the way, but she does value the conversation.
Interesting piece. It'll be interesting to see how the numbers look this year.
Absolutely.
Ted Oberg. Thanks so much, Ted.